Welcome back to the darkness. We have missed you so. Gather, children, for a tale of dungeons and douchebags. Presenting first our cast of characters. Ileana, the half-elf paladin.
I'll do my best to fight alongside you.
Thalia, the wood-elf druid.
I don't know if we can trust them.
Ava, the turtle monk.
Oh, good. You're an idiot.
Lucian, the high-elf cleric.
Life is so short. What's the shame in having a little fun?
And Mask, the Azimar rogue.
You must think you're quite clever. Let me assure you, you are not.
A group of perfect strangers, gathered together to fight against the encroaching death curse looming over the Forgotten Realms. In the course of their adventures, they struggled mightily, learned more about themselves, and grew into a family. But like every family, they had their spats. Yet whatever darkness has driven a wedge into the party is nothing compared to the darkness within Chult. For beneath the lost city of Omu lies a tomb of darkness and despair, from which no soul can escape. And yet our heroes come to brave it, if they don't kill each other first. Let them try, for none will survive the Tomb of Annihilation. For the last time, no, I am not recording for the murder god again. She didn't pay me, and then she made me pay for drinks, and she didn't even drink it. Who the hell does that?
No, it's not D&D.
What?
It's the Tomb of Annihilation.
Oh, it's a Tomb of Annihilation. Right. Tomb of Annihilation's coming back. I've heard that one before.
No, for real. I got most of the players.
Tomb of Annihilation's coming back? Holy shit! Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Tomb of Annihilation. Our heroes made this big, epic plan to go rescue Ak from the Frost Giants. But whoops, looks like he remembered he could actually cast Suggestion as a bard. It only took him, 2 levels past the point where he got it to begin with. And within 5 minutes he was back to the rest of the party. What a cause for celebration. Meanwhile, the rest of them got back to Port Nyanzaru, where the group and Don Carnage parted ways. He was kind of an ass though, so no one really cared, and probably no one was going to investigate whether or not he got eaten by a dragon turtle. As for the ones you actually care about, Ava and Mia had a very touching reunion meeting, whatever you want to call it, celebrating the fact that Mia was not dead. Ak, Lucian, and Ileana got drunk together, having a drinking contest against Varul and Gondolo, who had their treasure maps stolen by Don Carnage, and were eager to get some form of recompense. Ileana, very upset due to the series of events that had led them back to town, was determined to drink to forget her problems and drink to win. But the contest was called off when Lucian and Ak were discovered cheating using magic, and she was upset with them as well. Meanwhile, Mask abandoned the rest of the party and went to settle in a room by himself without telling anyone where he was. Surprisingly, he wasn't doing any weird illegal shit like sneaking across rooftops, stealing things, murdering people. I guess he's just being a total edgelord like usual. The bottom line, all these people kind of hate each other now. Oh, what fun it's going to be, seeing them squirm once they reunite. Will all of them be willing to continue the expedition into the jungle? Will they still trust each other after airing out some dirty laundry? And I've heard this described as a come-to-Jesus meeting, but who is the equivalent of Jesus in the Forgotten Realms? Because, we've got a shit ton of gods. Some of them are pretty nice dudes. I'm not sure if any are Jesus-worthy or anything. Find out on the next episode of Dungeons and Douchebags, Tomb of Annihilation. We're back, baby! I've got a job again!
Hello, everyone! Welcome to Season 2, Session 1 of Dungeons and Douchebags, Tomb of Annihilation. I'm your Dungeon Master, Xander, and we are back after a very long hiatus. We had originally braked for December and the holiday season just to, you know, basically everyone was busy around that time with fun, festive things. But now we're back. We're back now. We are actually playing this game again. I am joined, of course, by the wonderful cast and crew from Internet Remix, my good friends Alex Beckham.
I have a job again!
Hashtag Atlas.
What year is it?
Cammy the Feline.
Like, meow, motherfuckers!
And you're fired. Uprising Attorney.
I think she's still...
Uprising's gonna eat
I
a
told you
fucking
I'm eating
salmon.
Eating salmon. And last but not least, Kristen Trasinski.
I don't have anything cool to say. No one told me I had to do something.
Yep, and that's the most on-brand thing Kristen's ever said.
What I said was cool?
It was something!
Something.
That's fair.
Very fair point. Yeah, and you might be wondering, folks, why have I not mentioned the British wonder lad, Philbert of Dublin? Phil is no longer playing Tomb of Annihilation due to scheduling conflicts. So, Ack has been written out of the narrative. We will address this in the game. But he loves everyone. He's still around. He's not dead. He's just gone from this campaign. So
Sometimes
Or
you
so
still
you
hear his
say.
voice.
he's still in Fallen Empires, which is a show that exists, I guess.
He's also in DMP sometimes.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Murder Party's done.
Not familiar. Is that like a ska band or something? I don't know.
I will end your life.
It's a long time coming.
I think it's a Dresden Dolls cover band.
I think I've heard of it now that you mention.
Alex, I deeply appreciate making a Dresden Dolls joke. That is quality humor. But anyway, hi everyone, and willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. Today we are going to continue our playthrough of Dungeons and Tomb of Annihilation. Some of you might be wondering, hey Xander, why is the screen freaking out? That's because Xander forgot to log into the Dungeons and Douchebags viewer account to actually show this, and he's just realizing this right now. Everyone's looking at this from the DM's perspective, which is kind of a no-no. So I literally fucked up right in the beginning. You can't. You really.
It's
you come.
not internet.
You come here for the technical errors.
Well,
Yes.
now I'm not going to edit that out.
Absolutely, you should not. I never said you should. But I'm going to do a fun thing and make this window invisible
No
for a
one
second.
look at this email! Disregard the email!
God.
Entirely disregard this. It's a black screen of death for now. Don't worry about it.
Gaze not upon the email address.
This is not the email you were looking for!
Pay no attention to the DM behind the curtain! It's the man on the internet email, right?
Just in there
It's
like,
the man on the internet email.
Great.
Dark. We're all just sitting here like, wait, why is it dark?
Hey, Alex, can you message me the password? Because it's not saved to my computer anymore.
Okay.
God!
Not using LastPass in 2019.
SMH my head.
I know. Boom. Oh, God. Alex is one of those guys with, like, secure passcodes that are just
Using
assumed.
LastPass in the year of our Lord 2019.
That's just a given. Like, please use LastPass. It's free. You have no excuse.
God.
I work in IT.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
There it is, guys.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Just the sad, pathetic. I work in IT.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anyway. Okay, cool. Now we're It's loading, but at least we're on the right track now. So
God.
that's fine. It wouldn't be Tomb of Annihilation without technical difficulties, guys. It's part of the show now. It's like we have no real alternative. It's fine. He says, trying to reassure himself.
It's
Okay.
fine, don't worry about
Cool.
it.
So yes, hello everybody. Welcome back. Very glad to be continuing this stream. A couple of things real quick before we jump right into playing is that we had some discussions over the hiatus about kind of the future of this stream and where we were going to go from here, and because there was some feedback regarding the module itself in terms of how grindy it can be, and it wasn't exactly there. The overland travel and the random encounters weren't super great. It's not the best thing to stream. So we had some talks, and basically I have changed the module up a little bit. There are no more random encounters in the jungle. Any random encounters that happen will be pre-planned by me, and will happen less frequently. Now jungle travel, we're also cutting out the lost mechanic, so now it's just a general hey, here's the map, tell me where you guys want to go, and we'll factor how many days it'll take to get there, and you arrive at the destination, because you guys are kind of seasoned in the jungle at this point, so it's fine. That's one of the things we've changed up a little bit, just to keep the flow going, because really we're here for a good story. Meanwhile, in the chat, Atwis is discussing the importance of internet security.
Listen, buddy.
I'm not doubting you. I agree with you 100%.
I am listening to you, and also I've heard this, so.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Atwas.
Thank you, Atwas. So, yeah, who's ready to play some Tomb?
Yay!
Silence.
Thanks for coming to the stream tonight, guys. It's been really fun.
How do I play my character again?
I'm so excited to be angry.
I was chewing food! Sorry,
At least Cammy has an excuse.
I'm excited, I'm just tired.
Yep.
I just can't wait to get bitched the fuck out.
I'm
ready for
excited,
it.
but
Great.
I'm excited but tired. The Kristen Trzynski story.
You're not wrong.
I'm absolutely not. Okay, so now we jump right in. So yes, the last time on did a wonderful job at reminding us where the heck we did leave off, and that is in Port Nyanzaru. But more specifically, this time around, we're gonna narrow in at a specific moment that has happened. So I'm gonna zoom into the harbor here because it has been 1 week since the group's return to Port Nyanzaru from the jungles of Chult. 1 week since things kind of took a downward turn in the interpersonal relationship with the rest of the group members, and everyone since kind of spread off into this kind of what the hell are we doing kind of behavior. We open on Lucian. Lucian, you are standing on the docks, in the harbor ward, Port Nyanzaru, and you are looking out to ocean and watching as a vessel departs through the fortress gates where the large chain hangs under the water of the mouth of the harbor bay and out into the greater bay of Chult, and sailing northward into the sunset. You watch this ship slowly leave. This was the ship that Ak is currently on. A couple days ago, in the midst of this kind of dirge you guys have been experiencing, Ak decided, or rather more appropriate to say, decided.
I will miss that.
I won't. Decided that this whole experience has been a little too harrowing for him, and that he feels like he is not up to chuff to deal with this task that the group has been hired to undertake. And a lot of self-doubt and a lot of just fear after his run-in with the Frost Giants. And though we came out of it relatively unscathed, and easily came out of it, one might add, that was the first real incident of danger that he faced, and quickly realized he's just an anthropologist or an archaeologist. He's one of those two things.
An anthropologist.
The second one.
The second one.
Yeah, that.
You did your best. You did your best. It just wasn't good enough.
He's an
This is why
archaeologist.
Ack left.
Because no one really knew what his field of study was, so he just kind of left. No, while there were many archaeological wonders to be found in the jungles of Chult, this whole death curse business was really not his cup of tea. You saw him off. I will ask the group: did anyone else see him off, or was it just Lucian?
Ava would have seen him off.
Okay. So, Lucian, you are the last one standing at the dock. You've just been watching the ship sail. Everyone else kind of parted to go back to doing their own other various tasks. But you've been watching. If anything, just for some reflection, watching it sailing away is not peaceful, but it centers your mind.
If only it were that easy to just say, no, I can't do this anymore. I wish everyone had that option. Oh well.
Is there anything else you would like to do at this moment?
Honestly, I'm not one for dwelling on things all too much. I guess I have a duty, I guess I have a job to do, and if anything, I'd rather be out in the city trying to make at least a bit more coin to stock up before I have to go out into the jungle again, which I will. It has to happen.
Sure. I now open up the floor to the remaining members of the Chuckle Fox.
Am I still drunk?
It's been a week. It's been a week. Are you? Hold on. Pause. Ilyana, are you drunk on this day 1 week later?
Nah, probably
Okay. So I'm gonna go down the line here, and ask a couple members here what they're doing. Mask, what are you currently up to?
Mask in the week since has been like doing little odd jobs around the city, bits and pieces, just like in order to keep paying for a room at Kaya's House of Repose, I believe it was.
Yep, that's the quieter of the two tavern establishments.
Yeah. He's just been like doing odd jobs around town to deal with that and like completely ignoring any of the other party members who have tried to talk to him.
Mm-hmm. That's all you've been up to. Why don't you, since it's been a week... No, Mask, since it's been a week, why don't you do me a favor and give yourself 50 gold?
Cool.
Wow.
Nice.
Undertaking odd jobs in the city, yeah, you can collect some that way. Pretty easy to do, honestly. Cool, so that's what Mask's been up to. Ava, what have you been doing?
Ava's probably, she's like, okay, well, she'd want to be prepared, so she'd probably, like, okay, if we're gonna be waiting around here, she'd probably just set up her bookshop again, like, hey, I'm back! Sell a few more books, try to get a bit more money. Basically, she's, like, been out, like, mom shopping. Like, we're gonna gotta refill her endless pile of, like, overly prepared shit.
Right on.
So, yeah.
Okay, so that's what you've been up to. And business is not good, currently.
Unsurprising.
Unsurprisingly. It wasn't never really that good, but this whole death curse business really isn't driving the book market. So you get some business, but nothing to really turn a real profit. Mostly you just get the funds to continue running the business and paying for food. But no real profit is turned out of it, fortunately. Gonna change the music. How's this track? This track seems like it could be a fun experience. Ilyana, what are you currently doing? Or rather to say, what are you doing now and how have you been spending the last week?
Well, she probably would have tried to talk to Mask, but seeing as he wasn't talking to people, she probably, like, tried to see if she could do some research on the maps and stuff at the very, very least. In like, what was the one place that you said was here that was like?
Well, the library that you guys have had access to before was Wakango Tamu's library at his villa, which is, of course, still open to you guys.
Right.
So you guys can utilize that if you'd like. There aren't really any libraries in the city, but yeah, if you're looking to like study things,
I'd like to help. I want to see if there's anything that could be added to our map, even though, like, it's not a heck of a lot that we can go on, because I know that last time we showed it to him, he was like, "Oh my god, this is the most I've seen it ever," and it's like,
Okay.
So that still looms over her. She's kind of feeling like guilty as fuck.
Why don't you make me an investigation check?
Oh god. Okay. Oh, it's not bad.
What'd you roll? That's 15.
I got 15,
15
yeah.
is what you needed, actually.
Yay!
So, Ilyana, I will ask you, with a 15, this is basically a sum of just a couple days of some cursory examination. I will allow you to ask one specific question that I shall answer in response to map detail.
Okay. We had one place marked on our map, and I don't remember which one it was.
Well, why don't we go ahead and move over to the map?
Yeah, Omu.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move to the map.
Probably the one. That's probably that's probably the one she's thinking about the most right now is Omu.
Omu, yeah, you guys did get the location marked on your map.
Yeah. Okay. So there's that.
Before it was stolen. Yeah,
I remember I marked it.
Yep.
Or at least the general area.
Yeah, you guys have marked a couple things on here. Down here, you guys marked a potential location of Omu.
Okay.
You would also mark the location of Nangalore down here. And also, you guys haven't marked on this current map, but Oralunga, which you guys been to, which is where the Naga was here. I'm not sure if I brought this up before. I can't remember. But it's relevant for people if you've been spending a week here. There have been a few notices posted in the city advertising some different things. And actually, this applies to all of you. You guys would know this, but more specifically, if you're studying over maps, this might be of some relevance to you. If I can just find it, there it is. One of which was a request. Actually, a man by the name of Larrick Dashland, who is interested in a map that shows the exact locations of Nangalore and Oralunga, and he represents the interests of Waterdeep nobles, actually, Ilyana. Yep. And
I got accepted!
In return for such a map detailing those locations, he is willing to give one sailing ship to the group.
I'll do that! I can do that! I'm gonna find him, Rosie! I have to do it as a member of the Waterdeep nobility!
We'll get to that. We will get to that. That's one of the things posted on the local map. So that caught your interest. So that's one other reason why you have been poring over maps recently, is to just kind of cross-reference your information and make sure it's accurate. But you do get to ask one specific question, like I just said, about stuff on the map, and I shall answer it because you rolled a 15.
Okay.
So.
Who to do? Fuck. I'm trying to think of the places.
Yeah, sure. And feel free to talk as a group, like, even though you're the one...
Who wants to help me?
Yeah,
what do we need to know?
I mean, I'm sure Ava would have been helping you since she's the one that's been drawing the map.
I'm at work, Ilyana.
Oh. Alright, let's see here.
And also, yes, also, players, you can also talk amongst each other to ask this question, even though you're not all there right now.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have
your
discussed
interests.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, and I also have not played Tomb of Annihilation before, so I'm sitting here like,
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had to talk about anything involving this game.
Help me!
So yeah, feel free to think as a group.
So we know the general location of Omu.
Mm-hmm.
There was one place near it that was important, right?
Yes, but I cannot remember what it was because it's been a long time.
Okay.
But I remember it was like kind of like in this, like in the area, like up Okay, it's not doing the flicky thingy, but okay. That's
Probably draw
fine.
something.
Yeah. Let's... Boop. It was... I feel like it was kind of like around, like, about... Boop. Boop.
Oh, it was like there?
Yeah, like there.
Yes, when you guys had witnessed what looked like, basically a shipwreck in the middle of the jungle. You marked it on your map, the rough approximate location. That is a thing you guys saw.
That's true, but that wasn't down here.
Down
Like the shipwreck.
The shipwreck, I mean, what you just drew on the map, the little green thing, that's like in the same location as the original X you guys drew on the old map before it got stolen. Just for the
Okay,
record.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Works
something
for
that we
me.
do remember. That's something we remember, but that's not
Yeah.
what I want to ask.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We have another thing marked. That's good.
I feel like I remember there was something up around here, I feel like.
Yes, actually, and things. This applies to things you guys wrote on the map yourself. So I will redisclose that information. Wakanga had disclosed that he had come into possession of a wizard's journal, and before the wizard died of disease, mentioned that there was a shield guardian that was left out in the jungle, and Wakanga was like interested in having in getting it taken to him because he takes interest in magical creations and items. It was labeled on the map as Vor because the shield guardian's name is Vorn.
Right.
Ah.
I remember that vividly now.
Right.
There's something next to Omu though. There's something like around here. That I don't
You remember Vor vividly.
I remember Vor
Don't
vividly
we
now.
all?
I just don't remember what's here. I feel like there's something
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah, there was definitely something in that area. You were correct.
Yeah. Hey, Xander.
Yes.
What is the city area thingy that's over here? In this area, that's near Omu.
City area thing? What are you referring?
Yeah, there was a location. There was one specific location that I think we definitely needed to go to.
It was like near Omu.
It was
like, in
near
this
Omu,
general,
but like near,
circle.
closer to the Peaks of Flame.
Well, when you were told information about Omu,
I
you
just want to delete it.
the Oracle at Orlunga told you guys that it was between the Valley of Lost Honor and the Peaks of Flame. You guys have not been told anything else about stuff that was near there.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the only cities that are really kind of exist in Chult, where the ruins of Mesro, which you guys have been near, and that's on your map, and the Omu, the Forbidden City.
Okay.
If you want, you can dedicate your question to: are there any other lost cities in Chult? To which I can answer that. Or if you want to think of a different question, be my guest.
That seems like a pretty good question.
Yeah, y'all good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, are there any other lost cities besides Omu?
Well, once upon a midnight dreary, you see, there was a place called Hisari. And Hisari, I will reveal on the map here. It is far to the east, just under Refuge Bay, below Ishao. And of course, let me just mess with this for a second.
Roll 20 is a functional thing.
We got this. It's fine.
Yeah, it's oh, I messed it. I wanted to do. That's not doing. Okay. Oh, this is how I fix it. Sorry about that. Now it should show up. There it is. Yes, a location called Hisari to the far east. There is actually not a lot of information about it. It was once a city. The lore you find, it was once a city. It has been completely destroyed. There's not even ruins that remain of Hisari. It was once the city of a group of Yuan-Ti, which are the snake people that you guys have heard of before. It was once their city, they have since relocated to Omu.
Ah.
If you want to dedicate more time to researching, you could potentially find out more information, because these investigation checks only apply to a handful of hours spent in a library.
I want to do another.
Go for it. So while you're doing that, anyone else want to do anything? Because an important thing of note is that it's been a week since you guys showed up again in Port Nyanzaru. A couple days after that, your companion Thalia showed up. And you guys were actually alerted to go to, this was a few days ago, to go to Wakanga Otamu's villa in Port Nyanzaru. I'll get to you in a second, Atlas. To go there because some of his operatives, some friends of his, had heard that an adventurer was found delirious with mad monkey fever, and weathering on the not so good side on the health spectrum. And once it was revealed that it was Thalia, Wakanga had Thalia brought to his villa, where she has been taken care of, similar to Syndra, and has only just, within the last day, recovered from the delirium of mad monkey fever, and is in the process of just kind of recuperating, eating, drinking, just getting her wits back. So she is back at the villa. Lucian, you want to do something?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that I'd probably offered my services as a cleric and a healer to people, sort of a way to earn money.
Sure.
So, yeah, that's likely what I would have been doing in the sort of need in Port Nyanzaru.
Have you been working at any temple, or specifically the Temple of Soon?
Honestly, I probably would have been working at basically any temple or wherever needed me, since I have no real alliance to the particular gods that have temples here.
Sure, for sure. Well, you've had some experiences over the past couple days, kind of working. More people have started coming to you. Don't you dare smirk. People have started coming to you more often for services. Nothing aside from usual, just clerical pun work, but mostly people who are in need of one's healing services. So yeah, that's what you've been up to. Okay, cool. We will talk about the consequences of such infamy in a bit. I really wish the audience could see Atwis's expression right now.
It was really good.
It was really good. For those of you who don't know, Atwis is a living version of the gif of the guy just blinking.
I aspire to that. That's my favorite thing. I will post it in Twitch chat for all those who are uninformed, so give me a moment.
So, Ilyana, do you want to make another roll?
Yeah, I do. I feel like she'd be really relieved that Thalia's back, and she'd probably like start heading over that way, but also like, oh no, last time I was excited someone was back, that didn't end well.
Oh,
I'm just gonna focus on my own thing. It's fine. I can't focus.
I'd like to help since Ava's probably basically working with books during the day.
Go ahead and
coming
roll.
and helping Ileana at night.
Go ahead and make the roll.
It's like, I will do both. Oops, okay, let's see here. So, investigation, if I can find it. There we go. It's just been so long.
Yay!
I don't remember how to play D&D anymore. Oh, well, I have advantage turned on for some reason. Either way, it's 15.
Either way, you got it.
I'd say because you guys are doing this over the course of a couple days, I'll let you have advantage on that one, so it's fine. But yeah, you still succeed.
Yay!
All right, cool. Questions. I shall answer.
Okay, well, we've already asked about the lost cities.
Oh, it might be good to wonder if there's anything we need to worry about or avoid between our journey to Omu.
Yeah, that's worth
Because last
checking.
time we went somewhere, there was a giant ass tower with a bunch of demon birds.
There was that. There was the floating
We
island.
sought out
with
the demon birds, though.
We were asked.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
But then we also found the floating island where we lost our previous good.
The heart of Omu. Sorry, Jolt, whatever.
The heart of
It's
Uptao.
been a while.
Heart of
Uptao.
Omu.
Uptao, thank you.
Which, fun fact, DM Xander recently learned that the Chilton god, who I've been pronouncing as Uptao this entire time, is, according to the Forgotten Realms official pronunciation guide, is pronounced Uptao. And that's stupid, so we're just gonna
That
keep
is
calling
stupid.
it Uptao.
We're gonna ignore that.
We're gonna
Yeah.
ignore that.
Fuck you, Forgotten Realms!
It's
Death of the
Uptao.
author.
It's Uptao, not Uptao.
Yeah, it's a Sararak.
The Sararak?
The Sararak!
Resume. So, questions about the maps. I will say that this is the last effort you guys get from the culmination of pegging down, like, specific stuff. And it doesn't even have to be, like, locating specific things. It could just be information about the geography or inhabitants, and such things.
Did we get any information about that lich lady, like, let anything slip about what she was working for? Like, I feel like she was a part of an order or something, and I feel like actually it would be worthwhile to start looking into that, because she stole our fucking map!
Sure. Yeah, she mentioned that she had like, basically associates that she was working with, like-minded individuals. She never mentioned an organization by name. However, if you are dedicating the time to, some information, that might be a little bit more broad from Wakanga's library. I say that you could probably find that information in your books. Wakanga's library only contains Chilton lore. This is more world lore than Chilton lore.
But still probably should bring books with her and hang with
And because-
Ileana. Come
okay,
to
cool.
like people.
So because
somewhat.
of that, here's what I'll say. I will answer 2 questions this time around. I will give you an answer for Chilton. I will answer the question of the potential associates of Lich Lady.
Okay.
So,
So
in
we need
regard-
a question.
while
Did
you
we
think
ask
of,
about cults?
Hmm?
We asked about like dangers in Chult, right?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you have,
just
yeah.
some stuff like via our path to Omu. If there's something that we probably really don't want to do.
Stuff to avoid.
A Traveler's Guide to Chult.
Travelers got check the website. Things to avoid.
Things to not do in Chult.
I'm gonna leave a negative Yelp review.
Yes, things to avoid in Chult. Does the voice in the sky know?
Things to avoid in Chult. Sorry, I thought you were still
Yes.
pondering that.
Nope.
Things to avoid in Chult. That's a broad question. There are a lot of
Well,
things
on that
to avoid in
specific
Chult.
path, like between what we've already been to, like kind of like I guess the lower part of the continent.
This one's a bit of a letdown in terms of the answer, only because this is kind of where the biggest danger in Chult would be the undead territories. And based on your research, you can't like peg down a specific region, only because it hasn't been mapped in there. But it sounds like there is a very heavy concentration of undead creatures between the Aldani Basin, which is the swamp that you guys have passed through. Between there and between the region you guys are looking into where Omu is, there seems to be a lot of heavy undead activity in it.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Just for
So,
a lore recap,
yeah.
that's the undead activity caused by the former Mesroan warlord Raznasi, who was formerly, you found this information before, who was formerly
Yeah.
one of the Bara of Mesro, immortal paladins who served Ubtao. He massacred a tribe in the jungle and was exiled from Mesro, and he decided to attack Mesro and try to siege control of it so he could be in charge again, or at least one of the people in charge again. And this attempt failed, and Ubtao banished him, and so he traveled into the jungle after losing control of an army of undead because he no longer had his powers, and instead it has been rumored that he has found his way into the clutches of the Yuan Ti, where he is currently their warlord.
Great.
So that's those undead are his fault.
Ah.
In response to your question about the potential servants, or rather to say associates of the Lich Lady, whose name was Valindra.
I hate her.
Fuck
yeah.
her.
She's the worst. Based on the fact that she's a lich and a mix of other rumors that you've heard in the city, and pieces of information from other places in the world that you have not been to, through your books, you believe that this woman, this lich, Valindra Shadowmantle, might be working with the magocracy known as Fae, which is a region in northern in eastern Faerun, a series of badlands that are inhabited and ruled by a magocracy of wizards and liches who are known as the Red Wizards. They are not good people, and there's a lot of rumors of the Red Wizards have been seen traipsing about the jungle in search of something. And the upper echelons of the Red Wizards are ruled by the Lich Zaztam, and Zaztam has a number of other liches that serve under him. And it's very possible that Valindra might be one of those.
Cool, good. Red Wizards, bad. Good to know.
Yes. They are most identified by their red robes, pale skin, and black tattoos.
And then being a no, I'm kidding.
Being the fucking worst. And the stolen maps they carry, because they fucking stole our map.
They did.
I would like to get that back eventually.
Yes. Gonna find her, I'm gonna punch her in the face, I'm gonna take the fucking map back. Never forgive, never forget.
So, in terms of map information, that is what you find. We move now back to the city.
Yay.
So, after spending some time investigating the maps, researching, Lucien walking about, kind of offering his services up here and there, and of course Thalia being on bed rest, I defer to the group. What happens now? What happens? What do happen now? Where are you? Where do you go? Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Okay. I'm trying to think of like. Well, I mean, I know at least like Ava would want to check in on Thalia if she's like, you know, awake and stuff.
Isayana would definitely want to do that too.
Maybe,
She'll join Ava.
Maybe
I
Ava
feel
like
Thalia
after.
hasn't actually met any of them yet since she's got sick. At least not.
Yeah, like
Well,
they probably.
not in
I'm
a
sure
delirious
that like what that Wakanda. Is that his fucking name?
Wakanga.
Yes. Wakanga.
Wakanda.
Wakanda forever!
Wakanda forever!
Yes, that's his name now. Wakanda probably would have told us, hey, I found your friend, she's super sick, you can't see her yet, but she's alive.
Well, I mean, especially if you were doing research in his library.
Yeah, I'm sure
like...
we fucking know, but, like, since it's like, oh, she's awake, I think Ava would probably go around and, like, try to find, Lucien and Mask and be like, hey, Thalia's awake, let's go, you know, see our friend.
Mask would be like, whom?
Whomst?
The person
Y'all hear something?
the person who you
Y'all hear
traveled
that?
with in the
Y'all hear
jungle.
that?
So, Mask, what is your response to that question?
Well, I mean, if one of Wakanga Forever's guys was like, hey, we found your friend, she's super sick, he'd be like, fine, then probably he would go over to the villa to see what's up, and he'd be like, oh, it's Thalia. Oh, okay, bye. And try to leave.
Okay.
Oh, not that friend.
So that was a few days ago. So currently there is another, so if I'm getting this right, then there's a group of people who are going to check in on her now again. Correct.
Just super robot, dude.
Oh, like,
Everyone's robot.
everyone's,
Oh
we good?
no!
Everything sounds fine to me now.
It's red on voice connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's red for me too. It's the whole server.
It's getting better.
It's good for me.
There it goes.
Alright, it's good. It's good. It's good. We're good. We're fine.
Whole server!
Alright, we're fine. We're fine. So just to recap what I just said. So that original thing was a few days ago. Oh, and that was that whole thing was a few days ago. If I'm understanding this correctly, there is another group of people who are going today to check in on her. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ava kind of went around the city to try to gather up Lucien and Mask to, you know.
Say hi.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, great. Lucien and Mask. Ask, you said you've already checked in on her when she first arrived and then left.
Yep.
When approached by Ava, what is your response?
Staring at her for like a solid minute.
Okay, good. Yep. Good talk. Come on, you gonna go see your fellow party member or not?
If you insist.
I do. Thanks.
Okay. And Lucian?
I feel like I didn't hear the news when she was first brought in, so I'd be definitely willing to go along and offer, I guess, healing if necessary, if she's still in recovery. Is what I do.
Sure. Well, the Merchant Villa is, of course... Wait, excuse me. That was horrifying. Is, of course, situated on one of the one of the four large kind of hills of Fort Nyanzaru. It's a bit of a gated community. You guys will go there. So it's all of you then. So all of you are convinced to your thing.
Yay.
You guys make your way to Wakongo Otama's villa. And because you guys are now recognizable enough at this point, you don't even have to ask to be seen. Wakanga has pretty much told the gate guards, like, they're welcome anytime. It's fine. So you guys are just immediately let in to see your friends. As you enter the villa, you enter one of the kind of the airy open spaces of Wakanga's villa, where Wakanga is currently standing beside a Chilton woman, and at seeing you all, a smile comes to his lips. It's been a while, so I'm gonna throw up his hand out again just so we all remember what he looks like.
Yay!
Yeah, because he's great.
He is pretty great, not gonna lie.
This man is friend-shaped.
He is friend-shaped, though. It's so accurate.
This is what Wakanga looks like.
I love Wakanga.
I love him so much.
Yeah, with his
God, I love him so.
his
So
gold
good.
his gold lip paint and all that. Yeah, pretty great.
God,
Good shit.
beautiful.
As you guys enter, he smiles, opens his arms, and extends them in front of him, and says, "Friends, it is good to see you again."
Hey. Yeah, I brought the whole gang this time.
Your friend is doing a Oh god, that's not his accent.
Yeah, I was like,
It's been a while, hold
your
on.
voice changed,
It says,
Tom.
Your friend is in a much better condition today. He has overcome the delirium of the mad monkey fever, and is mostly now on a diet of fruit, vegetables, and of course, fine water. Can I get you anything?
I guess.
Your hospitality is much appreciated.
Indeed.
He
I'm
bows
good
his
though.
head.
You know, I'll take some of that fine water. Fuck it.
Sure. I shall have one of my servants bring it to you at once. Of course, where are my manners? My friends, I'd like to introduce you to a friend and, associate of mine. He gestures to the woman next to him. This Chilton woman, wears a white, head wrap, as well as kind of white priestly vestments with gold trim, as well. And she bows her head at you all, and Wakanga says, "This is Odaya, This is Obaya Ude. She is an associate of mine. I am sending her on a bit of an expedition to the north. If you would like to," and he gestures to her, and Obaya says, "Yes, I am to travel to Waterdeep to search for magical items of interest to bring back for Mr. Otamu's collection."
Oh, Leona forgets, like, she realizes, like, oh god, you could tell she hasn't spoken in her formal bit in a while, everybody, because she kind of like straightens up. She's like, oh wait, chance, opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So she bows her head and says, "Oh well, if you're going to be traveling that way, by all means, if you wanted to have a place to stay, I'm sure that my family would be more than happy to help a fellow nobleman from Chult.
What is their name?" she asks.
It's the family of Eridan.
The family of Eridan. Very well, I shall ask. I have planned to stay primarily at the Yawning Portal Tavern, but if I would like to meet them, so I shall definitely inquire. What was your name, my dear?
Oh, that's not really necessary. But well, actually, it is necessary. She just realized she's like, it's been a while.
She holds up like a gentle hand to like pause you, smiles and says, "It would help, yes, for me to make connections to your family if I were to know the name of the relative that is sending me their way."
Well, it's Ileana Aaron, but I'm sure that you'd be much more lucky if you used my aunt's name.
And your aunt's name?
My aunt's name. Sorry, I have to think about this on the spot. I hadn't thought about it for a second. Now I realize. Crap!
What is my aunt's name?
I only thought of 2 names. Okay. Shut up.
No, it's hilarious.
Just say a name and throw it out there.
I don't know. We're gonna say Kyla for now.
Kyla's good.
Kyla. Well, then I will be sure to ask Kyla. I will be sure to ask after Kyla then. And she nods, smiles. The look in her eye is a look of, not pity, a look of understanding as to your reasoning. She just gives you a small smile and turns to the rest of you. Rest of you, it is a pleasure to meet you. I would love to stay for introductions, but I'm afraid that my boat leaves in a few hours, so I must be off for now. If any of you are up near Waterdeep, feel free to come say hi. I will be at the awning.
Yeah.
Of course,
meeting you.
safe travels.
Peace be with you. She bows her head and leaves the villa.
Ileana bows back, but she's like low key, like her face is really red. Like.
Ava pats Ileana on the back.
Wakanga claps his hands together and says, "Well, let us go to your friend then, shall we? Your friend, like I said, is recovering, but I have left her with some of my servants in the garden. She seemed to be most comfortable around. So, come with me." And walks through the halls of his villa, through a pair of very a breezy courtyard, and out into a well-tended, luscious garden of exotic flowers with a fountain in the center that trickles cool bits of water that mist off very delicately in the breeze. Where lounging on a long divan, being attended to by 2 servants, one of which has a jug of water that's being continuously refilled, and despite the heat, there is a blanket that covers Thalia, who is draped on the divan, currently being treated out in the open air.
Ileana has like a very big smile on her face, and like she kind of makes the instinctive move to go forward, and then she kind of like stops, and then she takes a step back.
Ava like just gives like an awkward wave, but hey.
Thalia looks over, like she was like totally zoned out, and then she didn't hear Ileana. She just hears Ava, and she looks over, and she's like, "Oh my god.
What?
It's you all."
Damn, I wish I got mad monkey fever, because this is a nice setup you have here.
Ava just immediately cracks up.
After being completely insane for a few days, it's a nice change of pace to be able to appreciate.
I believe it. Are there any ridiculous stories from when you were insane? I have to ask. Disappointing. Ugh.
Well, how are you feeling now?
I mean, the remnants of sickness are still with me. I'm going. I didn't. How did you all find me here?
Well, we didn't. Wakanga's apparently the one who found you. He just told us that you were here.
That makes sense.
He was our patron on this expedition, after all. Ish.
Yeah. Do you remember what happened before you got struck down with this ridiculous disease?
You mean like our adventures?
No, like
The in-between where, you left us.
Yeah.
You ended up here.
For a while, I just roamed around, heading back up to Port Nyanzaru anyway, because the jungle sucks. So I was coming back. I think I got lost. And then I ended up back in Port Nyanzaru, and then I don't. I
Why
must
would
have
you
caught the
decide to-
fever from some creature or
Why
that.
would you decide to go back by yourself?
I wanted some time alone.
In an undead-infested jungle.
Yes.
I see.
Are you fucking
Thank you, Matt.
sarcastic slow clapping?
What does it look like I'm doing?
I just figured I'd call out the action because it seems kind of shitty.
I didn't want you to be here particularly. You
Excellent.
know, I
didn't want to be
grieved
here
for
either,
you
so
when
that
you
works
turned
out.
to stone.
Really? Oh yeah, they all say that. The only one I believe is Ileana.
God.
I think I would be
It wasn't
happier
an
if
easy
you left.
decision for anybody.
Oh, so are we doing this now?
I guess we're doing this now.
The two servants sitting next to Thalia, who have been attending to her, look at each other, look at the group.
Incredibly
They grab their stuff and they just walk out.
Thanks, guys.
On the way out, the servant just turns around and gives you guys one last look and then just closes the doors behind him. Leave you guys out in the courtyard. Or rather say out in the garden.
Yay. So we're doing this now. Yay.
I guess we're doing this now.
No, we're not doing anything.
You heard the lady. She'd rather I not be here. Frankly, I'd rather I not be here, so if you'll excuse me.
Stop.
Well,
Obviously,
I'm glad we can come to an agreement at this point.
Will you both just stop? Then Ileana like freezes for a second, like, huh. That's the last I've ever spoken.
Go ahead, Ileana. You had something to say?
Everyone.
We're finally back together after all of this crazy stuff has happened, and we're going to start fighting?
Evidently.
He started it.
I'm sorry. How old are you?
Hundreds of years old.
Okay, look. This is the first time we've all been together in some time, and obviously there's some stuff we need to put on the table. We've all been in the city for a week, and I think if we're going to travel together again, obviously we're gonna have to talk this shit out to see if that's even doable.
Actually, speaking of traveling again, what happened?
What happened? Well...
We basically hightailed it back to those terrible gardens and managed to unpetrify Mask here, and then there was basically came back to Port Nyanzaru.
Oh, you missed the part where we ran into frost giants, believe it or fucking not.
Oh, yeah, I really do try to forget about that.
Wise.
Yeah.
Well,
No, we're not
like,
shitting you.
Sounds like you all had fun without me.
We didn't. Yeah. So, and apparently that experience was too much for Ak, and so he took the first ship out of here.
He sailed out this morning, actually.
Finally.
What? You have a problem with Ak?
Oh, well, yes, I do. I cannot remember a day that passed when he did not try to belittle or insult anyone in this group that was not Ileana, trying to sabotage their relationship with her so he could have her all to himself. I don't know whether or not that was stupidity or if he was some kind of assassin trying to erode our trust. I also seem to recall a moment he tried to actually take a shit on me, and I also seem to recall that some days he forgot he could fly. He was useless to us, so yes, I am very glad he is gone. Does that answer your question, Ava?
You know, I don't disagree with the boy.
I'm not gonna say that he didn't have his obvious fucking faults, but he still provided some use. And I cannot believe I'm fucking saying this, but I'm not gonna say I am not at least somewhat saddened that he's gone. But that's that. That was his choice. So
Yeah,
but I guess
lucky
we're
for
good
him.
if that was apparently a serious problem. Apparently I missed a lot.
Thalia sort of plays with her hair.
What else?
I
Sorry, go ahead.
definitely not used to having company.
Yeah. Is that what you wanted? Was it easier to not to be on your own?
It was easier to be on my own. I've always done. But I don't know if it's just easier or I don't know if I like it. Whatever.
Is that the remnants of the Mad Monkey Fever talking?
Probably.
I could take a look if you want.
Oh, by all means. Don't.
I am a cleric. I am trained in medicine and healing, but sure, fine. Be snippy. Lucien is not moved this entire time, for the record. He's saying this from, maybe 30 feet away.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll come over and take a look. Doesn't move.
But as everyone's kind of doing the banter, Ileana might look at Mask and just kind of like, you can tell she's struggle bussing because this is not forte. Nobody ever asked about her feelings, so she never had to ask about anybody else's. So, she kind of looks over after hearing the whole rant about Ack and stuff and be like, "Is that the only thing, or are you still mad?"
Ileana, I am not going to lie to you. I am quite angry, disappointed, and I have been doing a lot of thinking over the last several days.
Sorry, you cut out there for me.
Oh
I'm
no,
sorry.
he's thinking.
It
Oh,
must
okay.
be because I'm very quiet and pausing for dramatic effect.
Probably. I see.
Mm-hmm. I've come to the rather obvious conclusion. None of us like each other.
Speak for yourself, fucker.
Not true. I would actually kill to see two of these people again.
I'll have you know, for as much as I find you utterly insufferable, you're actually the first group of people aside from Mia I almost enjoy.
Oh, spare me.
Yeah.
You have no affection for me or anyone else in this group. You've been quite vocal about that. Every day in the jungle you have complained that we were, what's the phrase again? Chuckle fucks? With no idea what we're getting into? You don't need to lie and say you're concerned about us now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Yes, every wears it on my fucking face. Did you ever consider that maybe... Listen, I'm not gonna say that's not how I felt before, but that's not how I feel now. And you weren't there. I mean, you were. You didn't see how everyone reacted. It happened. You didn't see how broken up everyone was. You didn't see how Ileana cried, left things at your fucking fucking devastated to lose you. And we went through that fucking jungle, we went back and forth, and all we could fucking think about is that we had to leave you there, and you... We tried so fucking hard. And we come back, and what do we get? Oh, surprise! It turns out I fucking hate all of you. By the way, no deal.
Oh, yes. How insufferable of me. How ungrateful. How ungrateful I am to not be groveling at your feet.
I'm not
for
asking you to
worshipping
be
you,
groveling.
for leaving me in the jungle for 10 days and quickly finding a replacement.
Oh my fucking god. Think he was a fucking replacement?
Yes.
Then what would you do, smartass? If your choice is between two people, you are stuck in the jungle, none of you know what the fuck you're doing, and you have one person who can do the tracking, if you have one person who can help make sure you don't get fucking lost, what choice do you make? I trusted you to be the person who could make the hard decisions if necessary, and evidently, in the end, you're not.
Hard decisions. Tell me, who actually did make the decision?
It was me, Mask.
Oh, yes, well that makes things very, very interesting, because now I can think of only 2 reasons why you chose someone else over me. Tell me, when you made that hard decision, were you thinking with your brain or with your dick?
With my brain, surprisingly enough.
I see, very well, very well. It was an issue of practicality then. I wasn't of use to you. Instead, you chose a woman who ran off into the jungle because what? A snake talked to her, and she got sad.
Honestly, that wasn't something I was expecting either, but you also neglected to ask who is the one who came back for you, and who actually did the healing.
Because then you were down a person and you needed another warm body to guard you. It was the obvious choice to come back after, well, you know, the sick one left.
Are you done?
I don't know.
I would have let them leave me there. I had no say in it, but I would have let them leave me there if they were to take you.
Oh, no, you don't understand. It's all very pragmatic, you see. You were the one dumping the Mad Queen's ashes, and yet you're the one who could navigate them on their journey. So I got left behind and you got saved. Surely you could understand that logic. Everyone else thought it was fine.
Well, I'm not an idiot. But even if I was the one left behind, I would realize it was a tactical choice. I wouldn't get all upset about it, because clearly you know nothing about emotions if you choose to hide yourself behind a mask.
And Bess gets real fucking quiet.
So what were we supposed to do? What's the right answer? What's the win condition here? Carrying a stone statue that weighs more than any of us can carry through the jungle where it could get damaged.
Shut.
No, how do we win, Mask?
You have made your point.
Mask?
I understand you. I don't have to like it, but I understand you.
I'm sorry we left you. And I'm sorry I didn't just say it to your fucking face before that I really missed you. And honestly, this past week I've really missed all of you, actually. As much as this sucks, it's better than most of the fighting I tend to do, honestly.
I'm not used to fighting, so I may be doing pretty bad. That's her attempt at a joke.
No, you're doing great, but I need at least one more personal jab at something that I deeply care about, Thalia.
Your shell may not have enough capsules as healthy for a turtle.
Oh, Thalia, how could you?
It's all I can muster. I'm still sick.
You're doing your best. Listen, Mask, I meant it when we said we were trying so hard to get back to you. You didn't see it. Ileana prayed every day. I wrote about you, actually. It's really fucking dumb. I don't want it. Anyway, the point is, it's stupid. It wasn't the same without you, and even if Don Carnage was an obnoxious fuck, as I'm sure you gathered from the couple of days with him, he wasn't a replacement. I'm not gonna say that we didn't need help. Obviously, we do. It's a big jungle, and we're all, to be honest, not that great at our jobs. But it wasn't the same without you.
How fucking typical. No one ever talks to me. Unless they want something from me.
What?
You may not believe it coming from me, but no matter who hurt you in the past, or who used or threw you away like garbage, we're not gonna do the same thing.
Shut up.
We're not. Well, we may be awful. We're not that awful. And in order to survive in the wilderness, you need to rely on the people that are with you. Otherwise, you'll get eaten by a tiger in the night.
Mask is still dead quiet. You can kind of hear faint, rapid breathing from him.
Mask, you are right in being hurt. You are right in being angry, and you are right in being sorrowful, but that does not change the actions that these people took to sprint across the jungle and then sprint back to you as quickly as possible to release you from the stone prison. If anything, be angry at me, but don't be angry at the rest of them.
Listen to you all talking about why I shouldn't be angry, why I shouldn't be with you.
Oh, fuck you. Be angry if you need to be.
The story comes to mind.
He just kind of like leans back, sitting on the ground. Once, several years ago, there was a boy named Kali, born to a mother. Several other sons named Kali. She didn't want another, and so out into the street he went. But that very night something happened. Someone came to her. And not this one, they said. This one you should keep around. There's angel blood in his veins, you see. Oh, all right, she said. Only if he's useful to me. So, knowing that she had a celestial in her home, knowing her own flesh and blood was blessed, she immediately put the baby to work. The baby. Can you imagine? Sooner rather than later, the town got wind. People like to brag, you see, on the matter of angels. And they wanted in. If he was so blessed, so graceful, surely he could solve all their problems. It's hard to change the world when you're 6 years old. But they didn't see it that way. They kept asking and asking, Kali, purify the well, Kali, convert these troublemakers to the church, Kali, slay that monster. He couldn't, of course. So they all scorned him. Angel child, they would scoff. Why isn't he blessing me, the selfish bastard? Maybe he was the problem, he thought. Maybe people did see him as an angel. Maybe if he looked rougher, more mean, he wouldn't be judged so. He was already cast out. He already lived on the street. It wouldn't be that hard. Just a quick cut and some cauterization. And he reaches for his mask and lets it slip just a little. And you can see on his dark gray skin, there is a nasty looking diagonal scar cut across his forehead. It didn't make a difference. Slips it back on. People always believe what they want. So he ran. No one looked for him. Why would they? He wasn't of any use to them. As far as anyone knows, Kali is dead, and as far as anyone cares, good riddance.
Liliana just like pats Mask's arm. And she just kind of like looks at him. And she gives like a really small little sad smile. And she says, I'm sorry that happened. We can't change that lonely life that you've had before. But that doesn't mean that we're going to follow the same rules that everyone else thought that you should have, that you should do things. I don't think anyone saw you as someone that was to be used. And she kind of like, she takes off her eye patch. Just like you didn't see that I was nothing more than a disgusting little half-breed. Who, when everybody gets messed with, when she gets messed with, it's her fault.
Mesk finally just looks up and sees Ileana's got the scar too.
We don't have to follow the same path that was in the past. Right? And like she actually asks that like in a hopeful way of like, please tell me we don't have to. She's basically looking at him like, please tell me that I'm wrong.
Ileana,
And that you believe that I'm wrong.
Ileana, do you think if I had that answer, I would be sitting here right now? Do you think if I had that answer, I would be at the ass end of the world, going into the jungle to stop a death curse I know almost nothing about? Do you think if I knew that answer, I'd be wearing this?
I have an answer. You two are both children, forced into terrible lives, and scarred because of it, both physically and mentally. You may never recover, but you can use that to become stronger, because that's what I was always taught. It's when you're faced with people who would ever use you, manipulate you, throw you away, or blame everything on you, the only thing you can do is leave and surround yourself by people that appreciate you, that care about you for who you are. And I hope you can find that, if not here, then somewhere else in the future. For you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulder. That's for a group to bear. And even if they aren't your blood family or anything like that, you can still find it no matter if they're a turtle or an elf or, I don't know, a bird. No, the bird left. He gave up. Whatever. You have stronger resolves than that. I'd like to see what you can become. You don't have to follow what was set out for you. You can throw away whatever was in the past. Embrace the chance that you're given here.
Liliana has smile is like, well, Greg gets a little bit wider, just slightly, and still warmer.
So now, it's not about whether any of you guys are useful.
Wow, thanks, Ava.
I mean, you're not. You're all a bunch of useless fuck. I'm fucking with you.
Let's all just, I know that the death curse is, I know it's approaching and everything, and oh no. But I think it may be useful for all of us to just not be useful. Maybe we just take a few days to, I don't know, take baths, eat fruits. Is that things people like to do? That's what I like. I would love to do that.
Yeah, that would be nice. Listen, it's not about whether any of you were useful or not. That doesn't fucking matter. Ava points at Thalia. You're not useful. You're that bitch who tells us all what the fuck to do, and then tries to help Ileana, and then very calmly tells us all to take a bath and everything else. You're team mom. Congratulations.
I'm the mother.
Ava points at Lucian. You're that fuck who says innuendos to make us all feel kinda awkward, but it's okay, because you're really, really chill about it, and it's great. I guess. It's fine. Whatever.
Lucian just gives a very sort of confused look at this, like, what?
Points at Mask. You're an edgy fuck! And we make fun of each other. And it's great. And I cannot express enough how much I have missed you, you asshole. And you, and Ava pulls Ileana into a hug. You are my little gremlin, and you are kicking so much ass, and you did a swear the other day, and I am so fucking proud.
She did a what? I was not there for this. What did she say?
I can't. Nothing happened, Thalia. Don't worry about it.
God, everything's fallen to shambles without me.
It's true. We're an absolute fucking mess. I don't give a shit. I mean, I do, actually. My girlfriend's dying. I'm very concerned, but she wanted me to make friends and have a family. And I haven't had one of those for a long time. And I didn't think I was ever gonna have one again. And I don't give a shit if you're all fucking useless out in the jungle. I just like having you all around. Anyway, fuck all of you. And then Ava immediately takes, like, just the biggest drink of, like, her cup of water. Like, just...
Ileana was kind of, like, taken aback by all that, but she's kind of looking around, like, trying to gauge people's reactions, like...
You have a very interesting way of expressing your attachment to people.
Well, she's done more than you.
Pardon?
She's done more than you have, so... Would you like to take a turn? We're all taking turns.
You know what? That's fine. I'll leave the happy family to it.
I see how it is. You think you're too good for us, is that it?
What?
Go on.
What? We're sitting here pouring our hearts out, and you're just going to be like, no, I'm going to be in here in the corner watching. I'm above all that. Typical elf behavior.
Actually, Eliana, like, suddenly realizes, like,
No, keep going. You had more to say, didn't you?
Sorry, who are you talking to, Ileana, or...
No, you, Mask.
Oh, I had more to say, but clearly you don't, and, I mean, if you don't have any more to say, I think I've said my piece.
Fair enough. Thank you for sharing. Is there anything else anyone else would like to add?
well, I guess since we're sharing stuff, and I don't think these two are here for it. She like looks at Lucy and like, we kind of found out that we're related. She kind of like does a little like crisscross with her fingers, like, ta-da!
Related how?
My brother is her father.
So that means you are her uncle.
Yes.
Boy, that's weird. I can't look at you and think uncle.
Trust me, I had the same reaction.
You're saying that as if it's something I should care about.
Perhaps it won't matter. I don't know. But it's just a little bit more insight to what this dynamic.
I figured I'd still like to let you know because you're back.
Family's overrated.
Alright, do we have to do the whole spiel again?
I wasn't done. Family's overrated, but companions I can do. If you'll still have me.
Of course we will. Well, I will.
As long as you fuckers still want to be here, then I still want to be here.
We missed you greatly. And I don't know what you all want to do, but I need to go back into the jungle. You all do what you wish, but I need to go back.
There's something I still have to do, but as soon as I'm done with that, we can probably head back in.
Yeah.
I'm still not fully recovered, and to be honest, I just want to spend time with you.
It's very obvious you're not fully recovered.
Like,
Thank you, Lucian, for the comment.
You're very welcome.
Can you repeat that? Because DM did not hear that comment because of excited screaming.
Oh, I said, well, it's very obvious if you say that you're not fully recovered.
Well, I mean, I'm down for some R&R. The bookshop's not doing shit anyway. Which is fine, because that means I just get more books. Doesn't matter. Doesn't bother me at all. I mean that. Well, it sounds like Team Chucklefucks is still together except for the chicken. I can say that now because he's not here, right?
Yes.
Right, great.
I mean, we could have said that a long time ago. I was the only one who was willing to, so...
Okay, fair.
He wasn't completely useless, you guys.
No, he wasn't.
Was he,
You're
though?
correct.
Uh,
There was that okay, listen.
Of all the people who have fallen unconscious, the most.
Okay, yes, I agree. The fucker fell unconscious a lot, but we can all agree that the time when he flew up in front of all the fucking pterodactyl people and screamed, "You're a bitch," while strumming on his lute was pretty great.
I can think of one single additional redeeming quality, and that is that he did make sure that you didn't lose fingers, Mask.
That's
No,
true.
I'm pretty sure he.
I'm pretty sure that's balanced out by the fact that he actively tried to take a shit on me, so.
Very true, so it's back down to one single redeeming quality. Understand. Although fingers are useful.
It's fine.
Are you? I have to believe you're aware at this point.
Aware of what?
Never mind, it's fine.
Lucian just sort of like tilts his head. Are you sure you don't need me to do any additional healing, Dolly?
I will not be requiring your fingers at.
Well, I see. In that case, don't come crying to me when you come down with some other bizarre disease out in the jungle.
I think I'll be just fine.
I missed you, assholes. Alright, well, let's do some quality time, huh? Maybe get a drink, yell at each other some more. If we're lucky, maybe someone will drop some sort of some more tragic backstory. Who knows?
I highly doubt that.
Alright, what am I saying? Alright. So we good?
I will be as soon as I drop something off.
Alright.
I don't think we're quite ready to get back into the jungle yet. Anyway.
Well, I meant are we good? Are we done with this quote unquote chuckle fuck family meeting out here? Maybe we can call the servants back into doing their job.
Could we get another collective name
No.
other than that?
I would really appreciate it.
Please.
Alright, suggestions.
You're the writer.
But is she the one who came up with Chuckle Fucks?
I am the one who came up with chuckle fucks.
She must undo her wrongs.
Yeah.
Give me a few
Must be
days.
pardoned of her sin.
Precisely.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
Joke?
Hold on. I want to do something else to enhance the joke.
Oh boy.
Oh my god!
Roll 20. Roll 20, you son of a bitch. Let me open my character sheet. All right. She must be pardoned for her sins, and Mask is going to have his hands glow with like holy energy.
Abba gazes at the light with like just the most unimpressed blank look, and then she just sort of snorts and goes, "Alright, give me a couple days. I'll try to think of something."
Wait, I have something to break the tension.
What?
I figured something out while I was severely ill and delirious.
What?
Oh.
Ileana, what's your favorite animal?
What?
Tell me your favorite animal.
She like,
No
she
pressure or anything.
She kind of like she paused for a second, like I guess a cat.
Great. She uses wild trace and shapeshifts into a cat.
What?
Apparently, I've been able to do this the whole time.
Yes, you have.
I'm going to pray to whatever gods happen to be listening that you don't turn into another pigeon.
She is now a pigeon.
I'm leaving.
Damn.
I'm out. Goodbye. All this goodwill is gone. I'm goodbye forever. You'll never
Ileana
see me
finally
again.
Ileana just finally fucking loses. She's been trying so hard, like she's just.
Oh my god.
A pigeon of medium size as well. Like, just like a dog-sized pigeon.
Listen, the larger the pigeon, the easier the target. Not that Mask needs any easy targets.
You have to know what you're doing at this point, I swear!
Yes, I'm aware. She turns back into herself.
Oh my god.
Just having a little fun.
This isn't helping me. This is not helping me try to change the name Chuckle Fucks. It just seems even more apt.
You must atone, Ava. And Lucian uses minor illusion and does like a whole little sparkle thing.
Oh my
Kablam.
god.
Oh my god.
Atone.
Atone.
You must listen to your cleric after
I'm
all.
trying! I need alcohol first.
Is that what it takes to get you to listen to your cleric?
Maybe.
Then let's all get
I'll
drunk.
remember that in the jungle when you're crying for help.
Rude.
No, all you need to remember is that for let's go get drunk.
Let's go get drunk.
Actually, that does sound minorly attractive.
Is it okay for you
Mask?
to drink when you're still recovering?
I don't see the harm in her having a drink while she's still recovering.
Very true.
You know what they say.
Just make sure you get your liquids. You're fine.
You know
I
what
have
they
a
say.
spell that could take care of things.
Plenty of liquid.
Feed a cold, drown mad monkey fever.
Absolutely. Listen, I've been in Port Nyanzaru for 7 days, and I haven't made any terribly bad decisions, and I think it's about time to change. Shall we all go have a bit of family fun?
Yes,
As
please.
long as I don't have to think of it like that.
Sounds
Yes, please, and I will ignore the fact that I said family fun because I am actually an uncle. How did that happen?
At least you're not a father.
Thank fuck. I've been very... We're not going to talk about that for Ileana's sake. At any rate...
Well, then I'm
an
going to
adult.
have to ask you about it later.
She's an adult. Pardon?
Never mind.
No. Let's get drunk. Right, yes, drunk.
Right
Drinking.
now, please.
Let's get drunk!
I can join you guys in a second. There's just something I'm going to have to do before I go.
Yeah,
Sure, whatever. We'll be completely plastered by the time you get there.
You heard it. Thalia's getting shwasted. Absolutely kushnickered.
I may still be a bit delirious. But let's
Yeah,
go.
we know.
So, are you guys to depart and head to the nearest establishment of drink and revelry?
The closest.
That would be the Thundering Lizard.
Ileana will join you as soon as she finds this Waterdeep noble!
Sure. And so the rest of the group is going to head off to go to the Thundering Lizard to begin a much-needed day of drinking, while Ileana walks to meet up with this man who seems to be operating on behalf of some Waterdavian nobles. And we're going to take a quick break.
Yay!
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 Yay. So stay tuned. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. See you soon. All right, everybody. Welcome back. We are back with Tomb of Annihilation. I believe everyone can be heard. Everyone quickly sound off.
Falling in
Yeah.
These
Yeah, they
wounds they will
sound.
not heal.
Yeah, they can hear. All right, thanks, Edgelord. So, while the group has headed off to the Thundering Lizard to begin drinking and celebrating, Ileana, you're embarking on a little bit of a task. Is that correct? Ileana?
Sorry, my internet went kaput for a second.
No worries.
Ileana's dead.
I said while the group is off getting ready to drink themselves into death, you are on a little bit of a side venture.
Yeah.
You, a notice had caught your eye a few days ago advertising that a man by the name of Larrick Dashland is interested in getting a map that shows the locations of Orlunga and Nangalore, and that he represents wealthy Waterdavian noble interests. And that in return for such a map, he is willing to offer a sailing ship. So, you take the information from the posting and find your way to...
Yeah, would I be able to kind of like, before I skedaddle, I do have a chance to make a replica, right?
Yeah, I mean, I believe we established that.
Yeah,
that's what that's what Ava was helping you do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool. So, following the information on the posting, this man by the name of Larrick Dashland seems to be an agent of the Lord's Alliance, and that he is staying at Kaya's House of Repose, and can be found there most hours of the day, aside from mornings and late evening. Goes about finding food. Lucky for you, it's not late evening or morning, so you have the time to make your way past the Red Bazaar and through the winding streets below on the hill below the Colosseum, and find Kaya's House of Repose. Upon entering, you ask after Lyric Dashlin, and you are pointed in the direction of a human male of fair-skinned with dirty blonde brownish hair, cropped short like a soldier's, currently not wearing armor but garbed in some more casual civilian clothes. His posture does signify that as, if not a soldier in an army, an agent, for sure. Currently seated just in one of the many lounging chairs at Kai's House of Repose. Kai's House of Repose does not sound like a busy street, so I'm going to quickly change this.
Also out of character. Oh no, he sounds hot!
He is quite attractive.
No!
Remind me how old Ileana is?
19!
Yeah, this guy's like in about his like late 20s to early 30s.
Oh no!
Oh god.
So.
Sweats!
Yeah, he's just sitting, looking attractive.
Oh no! Crap! Okay, she's like, okay, it's a nobility. She like probably got herself a little bit like fluffed up beforehand, but then she sees him and she goes, oh no! And then she like scrambles and like checks herself into like a mirror or something just to make sure she looks like okay. Like, ah! Basically like mentally prepping herself. Like,
Sure.
Remind me what his name is again, or write it down because I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget.
His name is Lyric Dashlin.
Okay. Larry?
Larry?
It's Fantasy Larry.
I'm in love with Fantasy Larry.
Hi, my friends call me Larry. Exposes rippling chest. It's so hot in the jungle.
I mean, his shirt is a bit open in a V shape to the solar plexus. I mean, it's warm.
My daughter has a hard enough time with nobility. Hot nobility's hard. Okay.
Make a history check for me real quick.
A history check. Okay.
Yeah, history check for me real quick.
Oh, thank God, 4. Oh, okay. 13. That's fine.
You are a Waterdeep noble. At least, you know.
She probably put on her fine garments actually before she ran over there.
Well, hold on. I'm saying, just let me just clarify this for you, since that's fine. You are a Waterdeep noble. You know, there are, you know, hundreds of noble families. You do not recognize the name Dashland as a noble family.
Huh.
So you get the idea that this man is not a noble, but he works for noble.
Okay.
Still,
did he have to say on the note that what family it was for?
All it said was that he represented wealthy Waterdavian interests of the nobility.
Okay.
That could be one family or multiple. Still stands that he's super hot.
Crap. Okay. So what she's gonna do? She decided to switch into her fine garments because nobility. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got her fine clothes on. And she is gonna kind of take a breath, look in the mirror, pat her face a couple times, like, okay. And very calmly, like, she's getting her noble air again, and she walks over and says, his name was on the paper, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so she kind of like, pardon me, sir, but would you happen to be Lyric Dashland?
The man looks up from the book he's currently been thumbing through. As he looks up, he kind of gives you a once-over, noting your clothes, your stature, just seemingly to just take you in. And he like looks, then makes eye contact with you, and he flashes a small formal smile, I would say, call it. Not fully sincere, but
It's okay. She's got the same one on.
absolutely.
We know the drill.
He makes eye contact with you and he says, yes, I am. Lyric Dashlin of the Lord's Alliance. And you are?
I come from the family of Eridan.
His eyes widen a bit, and he closes the book, sets it off on a side table next to the chair, actually stands up and like quickly adjusts his clothes, and gives a small bow at the waist and takes your hand, like very smoothly, and he says, Lady Eridan, often that I see, the Watertavian nobility in such parts. What brings you all the way here?
He's probably a lich. Don't trust
Everyone who asks for maps is a lich!
No,
I
she
mean-
kind of says, well, I came here at the behest of my family. However, your name seems peculiar to me as I haven't heard it before. Do you happen to represent somewhat of nobility?
I am not noble born myself, Lady Eridan. I am a representative of many wealthy patrons. Yes, I have served and represented nobility before, other folks, other sorts, all with connections. The Lord's.
I'm terribly sorry, but you wouldn't happen to have a name, would you?
Well,
Some-
currently, I am my. He seems to be a little caught off guard that he's talking to actual Waterdavian nobility right now. Yeah, like honestly, like
Yeah, fuck!
yeah. He says, well, currently I am out here on a bit of a venture under the request of some wealthy patrons as well as House Fyland, among House Amcathra, but to name a couple.
Okay, are those familiar to me?
Yes, you recognize those names.
Okay, cool. That's fair. Okay. He didn't give any first names.
He seems to be representing the houses. I feel like he's working for anyone in particular. Just like
Okay, would I happen to know if someone who represents the house would carry something on them to verify?
if he was an agent for that house specifically, yes.
Yeah.
If he for a specific house, for sure. It sounds like he is working in the interest of multiple houses pooled together. So whether or not he has a signifying badge of any of these houses, you're not sure. When he said you did recognize that he does have a pin, on his lapel of his shirt. It is that of like it's a circular red pin with a golden crown on it, which is the symbol of the Lord's Alliance. They're kind of a faction that deals with, as the name implies, it is an alliance of lords, nobility, leaders in this kind of city-state structure that forms most of the Sword Coast up north. Waterdeep is encapsulated in that Lord's Alliance fold as well, and they do business with multiple people from all walks of life, so it's not uncommon for this guy to be working for multiple families at once, or of expeditionary or
but it looks like I can trust him.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Oh,
That's what I thought, bitch. Yes.
He seems very trustworthy.
He's gonna be a Hans Frozen tail, I tell you what.
Oh fuck.
Love is an open door!
Okay, but no. So she's kind of giving him a once over, but then she like sees his fan and stuff. So she's kind of like, okay. She gives him like a small formal like nod.
Mm-hmm.
And says, "Well, my companions and I have been traveling, and I saw your request."
The posting about the maps. Yes, I posted that just over a 10-day ago. Not to say that I've heard much back from it, unfortunately.
Well, fortunately for you, I happen to have a duplicate map that me and my companions have been working on.
There's an immediate gleam in his eyes, and he nods. That right?
And I figure, as a noble woman of the house, it was my duty to help out a fellow member of Waterdeep.
Oh, I appreciate that. Might I see the map?
Yes, of course. And so she kind of like goes in, grabs her duplicate.
Okay. He glances at it. He nods. Then he folds his hands behind his back and he says, Lady Aridin, might I request that you walk with me for a bit?
Oh, all right. Might I ask where we're going?
We're going to head north to the Temple of Stavros, meet with a companion of mine. I do not hope that this offends you, Lady Aridin. Simply put, not that I am putting trust in question. I have a friend who works at the temple, Diviner, can prove the authenticity of this map for clarity.
She's like sweating because she's like, I want to go back with my friends. But also looking, she's like, but I have to keep up my appearance.
Just to fully ensure that this map is, well, for lack of a better term, legit. If you understand.
Okay, question for you.
Yes?
Is my family technically higher than theirs?
Well, Dashland is not a noble family, so probably. He's not a noble. He's not a noble himself, so you are nobility over him.
How hard should I push this?
You can certainly try as hard as you want.
Oh God. I feel like she would kind of start to walk with him, but she would kind of make the small remark of, I do hope that you would trust me as a noble woman of Waterdeep.
Nods. Are you already walking now?
Yeah, she would walk with him, but she's kind of making this suggestion of like,
Sure.
bitch, you don't trust me?
Yeah, he nods as you guys are walking through the streets of Port Nyanzaru, making your way north into, towards the hill where the Temple of Stavros is. And he nods and continues to walk. He says, I, of course, trust your word, Lady Aridin. It is simply, like I said, for clarity's sake, to ensure full authenticity. I'm not, of course, claiming that you are, perhaps, untrue in your word. It's merely a formality. I do hope you understand. A business exchange.
Very well.
So you guys continue to walk. And there's a bit of silence for a while, but he does end up kind of cutting through the silence. He says, you had mentioned that you were brought out here with your companions for some sort of expedition?
Yes, it was at the behest of my family that I come.
Well, I do not mean to pry. I do not mean to pry, of course, but, might I know what this expedition entails? Not often that the nobility themselves make their way here. Usually they send folk like me.
Ha! Sweats. Wait, okay, so does anybody else in Waterdeep know that I've been sent here?
I mean, maybe. It's possible that the word has spread, but not like, it wouldn't be like widespread news.
Okay.
The Aridin family are not like top tier nobility.
Yeah. Okay.
They're more like rank and file nobility, so it's spread within their circles that the Aridin bastard probably that you were sent somewhere.
Right, I'm still a bastard.
Still a bastard.
Still a bastard. All right.
You are a bastard.
You are a bastard.
Okay, and she says, well, we've been come to see if we could help with the problem here in Cholt. I'm sure that you're aware of it by now.
I have heard rumors, yes. And how goes this expedition?
It's been going as well as it can. We've taken a couple of days of recess here in Port Nyanzaru, but we expect to be back on our quest soon.
You know,
And what have you? Why have you been brought here other than just for this? And she kind of like waves the map.
Well, I'm afraid it's not so interesting as what you have done. This is it. I am here for this map. For my patron. They are interested in it for reasons that I have not pride for. But once I secure this map, I will be north to Waterdeep once more.
I see.
Indeed.
Well, I hope that your journey ends well.
And I yours, Lady
Kinda
Arden.
she gives him the noble smile of like, twinkle. Can I actually try and be like, no, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm scared.
Oh, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I'm scared. I kind of want to give him sort of the air of nobility that I might be able to put off. Like,
Make a straight charisma check.
oh God. Oh, I actually have a pretty decent charisma.
Yeah, you're a motherfucking paladin. You got good
wood,
charisma.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. How'd it go?
17.
Woo!
He does seem a bit reverent towards you. So it definitely seems like your noble air is passing on.
Good.
And make an insight check for me real quick.
Oh my god, he's a lich.
Oh my god, that's a decent insight.
Oh my god, you can't just call everyone a lich.
This is a little out of left field, Ilyana. But as you're like walking and talking, you can you do notice that this nobility you're kind of putting yourself up to be is he's definitely respecting it, and amidst the respect, there's actually you can recognize a faint glimpse of attraction. But it's the attraction of somebody who knows that it's the attraction of somebody who knows they're attracted to somebody who is way above their station.
Oh no!
But not like in a oh my poor heart kind of way. More like a like she's cute, but she's a noble. I probably shouldn't linger on this kind of.
Oh,
hey,
she's kind of like putting on the air until she kind of like gets that inkling, and then like her face kind of goes, oh, and she kind of like turns straight forward and starts kind of going like a little bit more straight, like must keep appearances.
You should check the Discord chat. I drew Fantasy Larry.
Oh no, I love Fantasy Larry. He's hot. Oh my god. Oh no, he's hot.
Oh no, he's hot.
Wait, how tall is he?
How tall is Ilyana?
No,
Larry.
She's just small. She's 5 feet.
Yeah, he's about 6'1".
Oh no! The height difference.
That's the hot height.
The height difference is gonna kill me.
Well,
Oh,
actually,
no.
more period accurate. More like 5'12".
That's essentially.
That's 6 foot.
I know. That's why. I know. That's why I said it.
God damn it! No! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh
Dude,
no!
period accuracy doesn't exist. There's freaking Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's
Don't worry about
true.
it.
But low
Yeah,
key,
no,
she's
he's 6 foot for sure.
low key, like she kind of like is putting on the air, and then she kind of gets this insight, and then she goes, and then she like looks straight, like make sure like my face better not be pig, my face better not be pig, my face better not be pig. It's fine. Why is he thinking this way? Why am I thinking this way? No, we're just gonna keep walking. Keep the appearance.
And as you're panicking, you suddenly arrive at the Temple of Sapphirus.
Oh, thank God.
To keep this short, a cleric, one of the local members of the temple, comes out of the Temple of Sapphirus. Pleasantries are exchanged, introductions, and cleric hands off the map to the cleric and says, I would just simply like to confirm that this map is authentic and that the lady's completion of it is wholly correct. The cleric nods, passes a hand over it, traces some arcane symbols through the air, and mutters some spell. And their eyes flash with bluish light for a second. Closes their eyes, traces the map with their fingers, looks at Lyric, smiles, nods, rolls it back up and hands it to him, and then bows and departs. And Lyric turns to you with a smile on his face, or rather say he looks down at you with a smile on his face. And he says, well, then I am pleased to confirm that this map is exactly what I am looking for, Lady Arden. Arden.
That would be really embarrassing if you got that
DM.
Tell you, bitch.
DM fucked up. Lyric did not fuck up.
It's okay. Ileana like smiles, and you know what? Fuck it. He needs to know. I want him to know. And she says, "Oh, you can just call me Ileana."
He looks at you, nods. Very well, Lady Ileana.
Sweats.
Man, you sweat a lot. Are you sure that dress isn't sweat through by now?
I mean,
Just Ileana's just fucking dripping.
Fuck you.
she shouldn't lift
She's
her arms,
north.
but otherwise,
Okay.
I'm sure she'll be
Fuck you.
fine.
You know what I mean.
I know.
You
It's
know what
mostly
I mean.
liquid.
Ileana has reverted to a liquid state.
God, she's melting.
And
She's not
gets
used
any
to
water,
the
she'll come down with the
attraction.
vapors.
Yeah, she's
not
got
used to it.
the hardcore vapors.
But even so, Eliana and Larry have gotten further.
But no, she just says, well, I guess you'll be heading back then.
He tucks the map away into his shirt and says, "That I shall. I will be boarding the next ship bound for Waterdeep, and I will arrange for the sailing ship as agreed to arrive here in the docks within a 10-day.
I would appreciate that very much.
He nods, of course.
And, well, when I do return to Waterdeep, she's kind of like taking her time because I'm not going to fuck up my speech. I am a noble woman. This is fine. I would very much like to possibly see you again, Sir Dashlin.
He looks at you for a moment. His eyebrows go up only slightly, like almost barely noticeably. And blinks. And just quickly flashes a smile. His composure is still completely held together, and he says, "If that would please you, I look forward to hearing from you. You can write to me under my name. Any affiliation with the Lord's Alliance, the letter can reach me." Very well. Just kind of says to himself.
And she kind of like reaches out her hand to sort of do for like this is a farewell.
Yeah, without missing a beat, because this guy is not. I will specify. It's obvious that this is not because of like actual like feeling. This guy is like trained to deal with the nobility. Like without missing a beat, he grabs the hand gracefully, brings it up to his face, and like kisses your rings. Then like while still holding it, gives us a flourishing bow at the waist. And then releases your hand and says, "It has been an honor."
Yeah, she's very used to that, and so
Yes,
she just gives him a
yes.
nod.
Well, thank you very much for your map. I'm sure there are many in Waterdeep who will find this map to be useful in their pursuit. Well,
I do hope so.
good day, Lady Ileana.
Good day to you as well, Sir Dashlin.
He turns and begins to walk away, then kind of like stops and looks over his shoulder, and he says, "And I do look forward to hearing from you again." And he continues to walk away.
As soon as he's like out of her visual, and then she's pretty sure she's out of his, she like spins around and just darts over to the bar like, ah! Like not actually screaming, but she's like, okay, I just, whoo. Kind of tapping her face like, okay. Because it's been a while since she's done formal, but not only formal. Apparently, somebody saw her as like other than just her nobility. But the thing is, they probably didn't know about her actual status. And so I was like, ah, crap. So he's probably not actually gonna like me. But I just don't know why if he likes me? Just bolts. Bolts into the bar, opens the door. She like totally forgot that she's still in her formal.
I was
wear.
gonna ask. So Ileana like comes
formal wear.
charging in the bar, still in formal wear, like sits down at the fucking.
I want to comment real quick. I just love I am Ileana of House Aridin, and this is my boyfriend Larry.
Excellent.
This is my boyfriend, Sir Larry.
Your whomst?
Your hoops. Your what?
Homestead.
You're what?
She didn't. That's why she didn't ask him to come with her. If he was like, "Oh no, I'm still going to be here," she'd be like,
It's okay. She has a whole
Maybe.
10 day to see him again, maybe.
"Oh fuck, that's right." Crap. Oh god, she didn't think about that. She thought it was like the soonest ship, like tomorrow. Bye. But she'll probably go over there and be like, "So I guess she can probably be like happy, but like sit down like, I gotta see ship." Ha!
You're gonna make your way to the tavern?
Yep, she's made her way to the tavern.
Okay, cool.
She's also still in her form oil. She completely forgot. She's too
For
immersed
sure.
in her thoughts.
Describe her formal wear, by the way. I meant to ask you that.
Her formal wear is let me look at my okay. So her normal outfit is kind of like darker. Her water deep outfit is more of like a sapphire blue.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And it's got like what is it? Sequins around like the top part.
Mm-hmm.
And it has longer sleeves that kind of have like the little glove thing where it's only on like the middle finger.
Nice.
Interesting.
Well,
And she probably wore her hair down.
alrighty. Well, you make your way to the Thundering Lizard, enter the premises where it is right in the middle of its loud thrum of activity, where people are drinking, singing, some even dancing on tables and furniture that they should not be dancing on. And for some reason, Sirenscape is being a piece of crap. So it's not loading, but let's hope that it's about to. Come on, roll 20. Constant disappointment.
It's doing its best.
God.
It's
Trying so hard!
In this institution.
And its praise!
Got to upgrade.
Solution.
Yeah!
God.
Oh my god, Kristen, the giggles are out.
It started!
No, stop! No! No!
Oh my God.
No! It's stopping now. No!
Is it though?
Serenity now!
Sure.
I don't think so.
What scene does Ileana stumble upon?
Yes,
Yes.
I am about to describe that once Sirenscape decides to work with my immersion of this game. Well, as you enter the Thundering Lizard into the boisterous, raucous crowd, you look about and it is easy to spot your companions all around one table. As you move through the crowds, get closer to them, you can see that they are indeed seated with Azaka, who frequents this establishment, as you know, and it seems that they have reconnected. Can I get Ava, Mask, Lucian, and Thalia to make Constitution saving throws?
Yes!
Can I,
Time to get wasted.
can I willingly fail?
Yes.
Oh my god! Oh my god, make him
Hell
laugh.
yeah!
Everybody's drunk.
Well,
That's what I'm talking about.
Thalia,
Monkey fever, huh?
Thalia is just leaning back in her chair, several drinks in, but seems fine. Meanwhile, Ava and Lucian are loudly singing a song. No, wait, that's two different songs in two different keys. They think it's the same one, though, and they keep going.
Nice.
Mask, how drunk are you?
Mask basically after that last emotional after that emotional outburst is aiming to get fucking hammered, so he's probably like 2 or 3 drinks in and is still just out of his gourd right now.
Oh my god, yes. That's awesome.
Thalia has had like the hard stuff, like 7 rounds of it, and she's completely fine, despite having just been delirious.
She's probably so used to being delirious that her body's like, yeah, it's fine.
I've had worse.
This is just Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
I mean, you've had worse, but we can always make it better, right, Thalia?
Ah.
I suppose so. What do you have in mind?
Another round!
Hell yeah!
And then Lucian just sort of like face plants onto the table.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, do I pray?
Meanwhile, Azaka looks fine. And like looks over at you, Ilyana, and just smiles wide, holds up her drink, and says, "Good to see you again. You look very red in the face."
Ava turns to
Azaka was about to, or she was about to say hi, Azaka. She goes, hi, Zao. She's like,
Ava just like, Ileana, you look so pretty, and just like immediately like gets up, runs over, puts an arm around Ileana's shoulders before she can get away, and like pulls her close. I'm so happy to see you, Ileana. Have I told you how much I love you? No way, I told you that today.
Thalia,
Ileana, I
meanwhile,
love you so
suspicious.
much.
She's like, so you said you were just doing some sort of formal affair. That's a fairly nice outfit, and those cheeks are fairly flushed. What were you doing?
Oh, well, there was someone here who represented Waterdeep nobility, and I thought as a fellow nobility myself, it was only fair for me to help them with their errand.
Mm-hmm. So what did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do?
Was it a girl
I'll cut
or
to
a
the chase.
boy?
I trust there were no angles.
What?
Whoa.
Who's saying anything about girls?
No. It wasn't anything like that.
You all have no idea what nobility is like.
Like,
Yes, I fucking don't! Why would I have that?
Abba's just poking Ileana's flushed face with a claw. Like,
So Ileana's just like, well, you see, there was just a quick task that I had to complete, so, you're punching my cheek.
I know, it's really cute, I can't help it.
Ava, get your claws off her and let her talk.
Fine. Do you want a drink?
Well, they were looking for a map that had a few locations that we already had on ours, so I had already made a duplicate.
Oh my god, I don't want to talk about this stuff right now. Just have a drink or not sit with us.
Well, I did want to let you know that we do have a ship now.
Oh,
what?
I mean, we have a ship,
like
but
a
now we have
canoe?
2 ships.
Like a canoe or what?
Oh no!
I
You're
think you mean-
forgetting. You're forgetting. It's a canoe.
Right.
Hey,
Abba just starts
stop!
slamming
Wait,
the table.
pause. Alex, do you have inspiration?
Thank you.
Yeah, you get inspiration.
So Ileana just says, well, wait, let me find his name. Okay. Well, Sir Dashlin was nice enough to make sure that he went through on his side of the bargain, so I gave him the duplicate of the map, and he was kind enough to he's going to be sending us a sailing ship.
Oh.
I
So we're
hope
going
that's
out
the only thing doing.
on the sea.
I mean, it's something good that we can have, and it might have necessary supplies on it.
You're right.
Azaka's like, I think it's a good idea. Although I have one question. Can any one of us sail a ship?
I mean, we've been sailing the one in my fucking pockets.
We've been rowing that one, Ava.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's a bit of a difference.
I probably should have asked Sir Dashlin if it came with the crew.
Oh, no worries. It's good to get it out there at least. At least we have something now. Speaking of, I have a few questions about our next endeavor into the jungle. Would you still be needing my services?
I don't know.
There's still boars out there, right?
There are some boars out there.
You gotta get the fucking boars.
We'll have to get the fucking boars. And I've taken a liking to you, Chucklefucks. Like I said, because you've gotten the mask that I so desperately required, I'm not judging you. But now I'm also not judging you because I like you.
Next.
Wow.
So will you stay with us for the continuation of our journey?
Well, if you require my services, I'm happy to accompany you in the jungle. I could, of course, be pursuing interests that actually get me some money, the thing I need to live, but then again, I'm having a good time and I'm killing bored.
Well, in
We
that
also need to
case.
kill boars to live, so I feel like we're meeting in the...
And Ileana just says, well, I don't think you need to worry necessarily about that too much. If this goes over well enough, then maybe I'll be able to let some of my family know.
You know,
Your family.
but
Families of
listen, I'm very happy for you. Whatever interesting northerner lordling you seem to have an affinity for, I don't know how to talk about this, honestly. I'm not much in the camp of romance. More about the camp of kill. I'm more
Are we talking about romance? What?
Who said anything about that?
the color of your cheeks and the color of your garb and your gait and your posture. I'm a very good hunter, but I can also very much see a, how do I put this, puppy.
The garb is for formal occurrences. It was a task
My.
by one of the nobility, so I had to wear this, of course.
Ileana.
No, that's speech and
liar, liar, plants for hire.
Exactly.
Plants or cats?
Whoa! Oh my god, there's a fire!
Several people in the bar like turn their heads and go, fire! Fire! But it quickly calms down when they realize there's not a fire.
And then Ileana
Look,
just
I've seen a young girl in love, and that's it. Who is? Tell me his name. Is it the man you just talked about? I'll find him.
Oh my god! Hey, she is a grown adult. She's allowed to romance whoever the fuck she wants.
She's not even 100 years old. What does she know?
Poetry actually works pretty
Ava.
good.
Ava, I have a responsibility as an uncle to embarrass my niece as much as
Fuck.
possible.
You're
As a
right,
result,
you're
more
right.
drinks,
Talia
Ileana,
and I will find
everybody
him.
like more drinks. Let's
Oh,
more
goodness.
drinks.
More drinks are ordered and people begin to drink and get even more drunk. Thalia, you do begin slipping down into the non-sober territory. In the midst of revelrous drinking, laughing, and Ilyana trying to hide her flushed cheeks that just don't go away. In the middle of talking, Azaka slams her hand on the table and says, so, really quick, before we deal with any jungle business again, I have a bit of a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So, would you by any chance be interested in, how do you say, illegally interfering in a Chilton gambling ring?
Obviously, yes.
Yes.
Well,
What kind of idiot do you think I am?
I'm glad to hear that, because I figured that the situation worked very much to your interests. Let me tell you what we're going to do. And we're going to end the session right now.
I didn't sign up for this.
We'll end the session there for the night, and we'll see what weird illegal bullshit Azaka wants to recruit you guys into in 2 weeks.
Yay.
So, because we are still maintaining a every other week schedule, however, every other Friday in between Tomb sessions, I am actually now running things. So, next week, we are running, it's every other Friday. It's mostly going to be a bunch of one-offs and small fun experiences. Next week, we are running a horror RPG. I won't detail too much of that currently, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and there's probably going to be a lot of tears, so stay tuned for that. I'll be keeping everyone in the know about what's coming in between, but in 2 weeks, we will have another episode of Tomb, and we're trying to maintain a more consistent schedule. So, going forward...
I want to believe.
I want to believe. So, stay tuned.
I want to draw Ileana and Larry.
Please, we all want you to draw Ileana and Larry.
I'm doing a very crappy doodle, like essentially stick figures of the drunk scene.
Good.
Good.
Excellent. Please, I can't wait to see all these. So, we will see you guys next time on Tomb of Annihilation. And I'm very happy that we're playing again. It's been a while, so we shall see you guys next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye-bye.